Hello, everybody. Chasing Points Podcast. We are back. It is the middle of the summer. It's hot. It's sticky. All that good stuff, you know. We had the 4th already passed. You had some fireworks. Hopefully none of you blew your fingers off. There's been some golfing going on with these gentlemen over here. Harrison probably looks like Neapolitan ice cream right now. Shout out to my guy. You guys enjoying time with your kids, your families, all the things. So now that we're back, gentlemen, how the hell are you?
I think my tan's actually pretty balanced this year. You know, we've done a lot of golfing.
Us.
No, don't.
What did you like to see? We've done a lot of golfing, but a lot of pool time. You know, we're evening out the tan. I mean, it's good.
I saw you on Golf Digest. I like it. I saw you for a cover there. That was a nice little picture.
Oh, that was a good flick. Okay. I was at a member guest tournament. They do the whole thing.
Thanks
they have like a professional photographer, you know, a lot of food. It was good. Other than the rainstorm on Saturday, we made it through. But yeah, it's a good time. Well, summer's great. I should give a top 5 summer list, things during summer.
You should. I'm very curious of it. I hope the hot dog eating contest is in there somehow, some way.
It's got to be up there.
Good.
It's got to be up there.
And what is it? The Wiener 500 or whatever it is. You know, that's got to be in there too.
Yeah.
Well, now that we know Harrison was we know that Harrison was golfing. Brendan, Sam, how have you two been?
Living a dream, man. Living my best life over here. It was my son's birthday yesterday. Shout out,
nice.
E. Happy birthday. We went to Splashdown Beach, America's biggest little water park. What up? What up to everyone there? And I made it home for the World
How was
Cup.
that place on a Sunday? It's got to be chaos.
Dude, it was dead.
Really?
And, respectfully, because everyone there is great. In comparison to like peak, it was a beautiful day. It was a little colder than you'd want, right? To go to a water park. It was a beautiful day. I think probably World Cup had something to do with it.
Right.
It wasn't dead, but it was not.
Wasn't
like
a madhouse.
I've been there on crazy weekends, and it was not. So it was perfect to do the birthday thing, get home for the World Cup final, and do some cake and stuff. So yeah, happy birthday, E.
Love that.
Yeah, awesome.
What type of cake? We
he wanted an ice cream cake. Carvel.
Okay.
You want a Carvel ice cream
Man,
cake?
good taste.
Respect.
Hell yeah.
He is Mr. Birthday Man. He goes so hard for an 8-year-old for everyone's birthday.
Loves birthdays. Big birthday
he's
guy.
Just everyone's. It's not just his, like everyone. So shout out, E.
I dig it.
Yeah,
I dig it.
Awesome.
Okay.
Sam, did you go down any slides, Sam?
No, I didn't. My 4-year-old went down every slide that she physically was allowed to. Because she is fearless. She would just jump off a bridge if you told her to. Like, yeah.
Brendan, I'm glad you asked that question because I was going to ask him if he went on the big one that you see when you drive by.
Megalodon or
that just is like an injury waiting to happen. So I'm all good on that.
No, they're fine. They're fine. They're fun. It's a fun place.
Yeah, it's not as bad as it looks once you get up there.
I'll let you tell it.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Brendan, how have you been?
Been good, yeah.
Good.
Summer's going well. Been busy. Got a vacation coming up in a couple weeks, so
me too.
That.
Mm-hmm.
Heading out
Where
to
we
the
going?
Cape.
Okay.
Oh, me too. When are you going to the Cape?
End of August.
I'm going to the beginning of August.
All right.
The week of the 24th. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'll be in Maine August 12th or something like that. So I'll be up there.
Nice.
Look at us all going up there. Look at us getting some blueberry beers and some lobster rolls and all that.
Yeah.
Harrison just missing out on lobster rolls, you know?
Do you want to come to the Cape with my family? Do you need a family to take you to Cape? No.
Football reports. Yeah. We're back. We're back 2 weeks from now.
2-a-days? Are you allowed? You're not allowed to do 2-a-days?
No, but they stretch it out.
Whatever CBA now.
Just make it a long one a day.
One a day. We need a Marist football primer coming up, maybe.
Oh, hell yeah. We're going to have a good year. Team's looking good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brendan, you sound like you were going to ask a question. You had a smirk on your face, and that always leads to a question. So just lay it on us.
I was going to say, look at us, the Cape, Maine, really diversifying our vacation spot.
This is why I wanted to come back to it, because I knew it was going to be something.
It's a great place. I mean, we went to the Cape every summer when I was a kid. So I don't want to hear that, non-diverse. That maybe leave that for the Hamptons, but not the Cape.
That was the white side of you that went there every summer.
Yeah.
You left the black side here.
No, it's plenty.
Playing basketball.
There's plenty of options. Plenty of options out on the Cape,
especially further out.
For all.
If the audience can't tell, we don't have a rundown today. This is pure chaos.
No.
Yep.
We're just Brett Hayes. You're leading us into the. I don't know, but you're just
I'm leading us into the abyss. I will make sure I get us out of deep waters if I need to. Yeah. It's okay. We'll be fine. Yeah. We'll be fine.
So,
we got some sports to talk about. I mean, we have some baseball that's been going on. We'll talk about our godforsaken Yankees getting their shit pushed in by the Dodgers. It's been great. That's been so much fun to watch. But the World Cup just completed. I don't know if you guys watched any of that, but we'll definitely start there for sure. And guess what? If there's any ladies listening to this podcast that was rejoicing that their men had no sports to watch, football's right around the corner. We got preseason coming up very, very soon. We got like I said, MLB, but we have the actual trade deadline coming up. So let's get into the World Cup. I'm going to start this off the right way, the only way I know how to start this off. Brennan, how many games in total did you watch?
Let me put it in World Cup or soccer lingo, nil.
This is why I wanted to start.
There you go.
Sam, how about yourself? How many games would you say you watched in totality?
I think I watched all the U.S. games. That there was one that was really late, right? Like 9 o'clock start time. I didn't watch that one because I'm old. And I watched a good amount of. I watched Saturday. I watched a good amount. I watched both games last week. I was in Toronto for that, so that was cool. Like a country that loves soccer. I mean, I think America loves soccer, but like everyone was into it.
Yeah.
Like you're in the hotel.
I mean, it's also one of the host cities, as well too, or countries.
Like you're in the hotel bar, and there are people on the sidewalks looking through the window at the TV. Like it was like something you'd see like in a movie or something from like the 90s. Like it was a really cool vibe. So it was with a lot of coworkers and stuff that love soccer. So that it was cool to be around there. So yeah, I saw both those games last week, and probably all in maybe like a dozen.
Okay.
So was into it.
Harrison?
That's impressive. I give you that.
A lot.
I'm impressed with myself.
Almost all of it. Definitely all of the knockout stage.
Same.
I watched every game. So yeah.
I think you and I are in the same boat on that one. This was one of my favorite times every 4 years. It was just really good to see how it played out. Definitely a lot of heartbreakers.
Yeah.
Seeing for sure. England just can't catch a break. The 3 Lions, more like 3 Cubs, because every time they get too close, they just falter, and it just always spirals in the worst possible ways. But I mean, in that particular game I'm talking about, it was England against Argentina, and it was the first time Messi has ever played against England, and I'm sure England is very happy that this is probably Messi's last World Cup, because what he did against them, he should be arrested. The final match, if you're not a fan of football and watching a close defensive game, just like when we watch American football, I love the defensive battles, and that's exactly what it was. But I was just so happy to see Argentina lose. Even though I bet money on them, I was so happy to see Argentina lose. Shout out to España for sure.
Argentina hater.
Yeah, I don't like the Nazis. Wow. Yeah. Look at your history. I said it.
Okay.
I said it.
I don't know if that makes them all Nazis, but
No. Not all of them. Not all of them. Just a few selects in the crowd.
I think we can find
some totality.
I think we could find some things wrong with Spain too.
No, we definitely can find something wrong with a lot of these countries, which is another thing I was going to get to. So thank you, Harrison. You gave me a segue for
including ours as well. There was a time.
we may be in the time. Maybe
this might be another time. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ! It was a time. But yes, just seeing, which was blatantly obvious to me, watching the World Cup and seeing what has been predominantly, European countries, which we know to be represented as people of the fairer skin, looked more like Harrison and myself. And that's because of, again, we can get into history and all that stuff. I'll let you do your own stuff on that. But seeing mostly people in African descendants that are of the countries that were essentially colonized and seeing them being the top superior athletes, it's amazing to see that, but also see my man Haaland, who is absolutely an absolute monster. Messi being what he is and knowing this might be his last. Seeing Yamal, who's 19 years old, absolutely dominating out there. Like, there's so many good footballers that were out there, and I can't not talk about my boy Mbappe as well too. So it's just really, really good to see all the youth. But one of my favorite parts of this was the U.S. team getting, essentially looking like they're expanding their game.
Okay.
What I'm seeing here and seeing, I don't think the world gets to really see how passionate Americans are about the game, right? We have this European dominancy, and this is the elite soccer, and you Americans don't know about football, but they got to see in this country how passionate American fans are about their team, even though it's not the biggest sport here. That was one of the biggest highlights to me, is that the world can see that, yeah, we understand the game. We love the game just as much as you guys. We may not be on your level yet because all our best athletes are playing football, baseball, basketball, hockey. But we can do the same thing, and eventually maybe we'll be somewhere up there. We'll see. If it wasn't so expensive to play club football, which is like $4,000 a month. But, it's that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed all the discourse about, American football or American soccer, and if we're ever can be a national powerhouse. I mean, I don't see it. I think, watching a team like Spain and Argentina, Spain's just so far ahead of where we currently are and where we would ever be. But yeah, just the masterclass that Spain put on yesterday defensively. I mean, Argentina didn't get a shot until the extra time period. They had one touch inside the box. Like, that's crazy stuff. Like, I watched Spain, and I didn't realize how dominant defensively they were until, I guess,
throughout the whole tournament. Yeah,
throughout the whole tournament until they pretty much bottled up France, which is hard to do. And then they made Argentina look just like they were hanging on for dear life the entire game. So, yeah, man, just shout out to Spain, but also, yeah, just a lot of question marks left about America and Team USA and what type of strides we've actually made. It seems like we have. We started off very, very well, but then the way they ended it, or the way we lost to Belgium, was just so disheartening. Like, they looked like they shouldn't have even been there. So it's just been the discourse every single World Cup, every 4 years now. It's like, oh, is America a soccer nation? Or, how much attention are we going to pay to this? And we'll see. Time will tell.
I mean, to be fair, I'll shout out the women's team, because they were really the ones that carried the torch, as they were super dominant in World Cup and just taking on. So I think the growth of it started really there, because our men's national team hasn't been necessarily the greatest. Neither was Landon Donovan's toupee hairpiece throughout this World Cup. I don't know what the hell that was. Somebody needs to talk to him. He needs friends, real friends in his life. But it was.
Shout out, Captain.
What up, Captain? That's a shot right there.
I'm calling it what it is. But no, I mean, I do see growth. I'm interested to see where it goes from there. I mean, you're starting to get. I mean, you have Freeman on our team that is the son of a phenomenal football player, right? So you have that athletic DNA, and if that we get some players that were to be going to play these other major sports and potentially start playing, soccer early, that it might change the whole dynamic. Because again, I believe our best athletes are in other sports in our country. But I want to touch on something that I know we kind of talked about before on here. This is to, if we have any European listeners, this is to you. I hope if you came here or had any relatives that came here during the World Cup, that you realize that when you say or have said in the past that Americans aren't well traveled because we don't go to your side of the world, I hope you understand how vast the United States is now. It is a very, very, very big place. So you can literally be in one state. We live in New York, and we're mid-state technically of New York. There's a whole lot of New York that people don't even get to see. And that's just one state in itself and one of the bigger states. But I love the fact that people experience ranch dressing, and TSA had to stop people from bringing ranch dressing home. I love the fact that our Japanese brothers were here to have some barbecue and party in Mexico at clubs and get twerked on. I love the fact that people were able to go to Costco and Walmart and realize how big this was, because they say everything is bigger in Texas, but in America in general. I'm glad you all got to experience this, and we thank you. I hope the people in Norway, you washed your pants from rowing in the subways of New York City, subway trains. And I hope everybody made it home safely. Thank you for coming.
Get twerked on?
Yes, you should watch the video. He was very happy. He was a very happy tourist. That's all I have to say.
Can I tell my World Cup? I know you guys know the story because I laughed and told you immediately. Can I tell my World Cup McDonald's story?
Absolutely.
Yes, you can.
So we were out, like my family, and I got the kids Happy Meals. And, they have the FIFA World Cup thing, the collector's cup. There's nine cups that you could collect. So I'm like, what the hell? Let me get a cup. And I said to my wife, whoever I get is my new favorite soccer player. Because, Brendan knows this very well. I've struggled to get into, Premier League and all of the stuff, and it is not it's not without him trying. Harrison has tried as well. But I'm like, I'm in. Let's do it. This was a month ago. So I get it. Get in the, we're in the car. I'm going up Route 9. Open it up. It wasn't, anyone that it was someone I knew. It wasn't Mbappe or Ronaldo, Messi, Pulisic. Nope. It was Grimace. The McDonald's, the purple thing. I don't even know what he is.
Greatest soccer player ever.
Apparently. And
we're just an unserious nation.
Yeah, it's just, here we are. Grimace, my favorite soccer player all time. Shout out.
Twerking.
I know, Harrison, you got to go to a watch party. I know, Brendan, you definitely didn't go. Sam, did you get to go to a watch party when you were up in Toronto? I know you saw people watching. But
we went to
opportunity to go to watch party.
We went to bars and stuff and it was crowded. It was good vibes, but not official thing.
What a comeback for watch parties this year. You got Knicks watch parties, right into the World Cup watch parties, 2026, the year of the watch party.
You know what I'm very happy? I got to say these two things. I'm very happy the World Cup is over for one reason alone, is I got so fed up every time a team played in MetLife that they called it New York, New Jersey Stadium. Yeah. I was so fed up hearing that over and over again. I said, you're confusing these poor people. Do not say that is New York. It's not. I know 2 New York teams play there. It's not. But for Brendan and Sam and potentially Harrison, because he might be a Giants fan, which Brendan should run for the hills if that's the case, to the ownership of the Giants and Jets, I don't think you have an excuse anymore about putting actual grass out there, because it was out there the whole time. Please do it. Because all the players that ruptured their Achilles, they wish they had actual grass out there.
They
Please
pulled
get it done.
the
Probably
Dallas
pulling that
Stadium
today.
immediately. Like they
Immediately.
pulled the Cowboys Stadium grass immediately. I
Immediately.
agree with you. They even changed the signs on the freaking highways.
Stadium. Yeah. Yep.
Like it
Yeah,
says
FIFA
New York, New
FIFA's
Jersey Stadium. Like
FIFA's
in
ridiculous.
the the state or federal highway signs. So
Well, even
that's
like
the pull that this organization has.
San Francisco, they just took the Levi off as just stadium, just like blanked it out.
Yeah. I just hope they change that.
I don't think any NFL owners, I don't think the league in general has an excuse anymore for not having natural grass. I mean, all the players
Agreed.
want it. NFL makes enough money, and the teams make enough money to be able to keep natural grass. Some of the league already does, so there's really no excuse for it.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I mean, there's technology out there. I think I shared it before. It was Real Madrid's stadium that they have the grass that lowers down in a climate-controlled area, whatnot. I mean, that might be a stretch, but still, there's capability of doing things such as this, and it's very, very interesting to see. Interesting thing. Did any of I know, Harrison, you watched the finals. Sam, did you watch the finals? Or Brendan, did you watch any of the finals? Yeah. Okay. So did you see the
Nope.
Did you see any of the pre-performance?
Nope.
I didn't see that, no.
Okay. So Post Malone is apparently trying to come back to hip-hop, and I'm not for it. I'm not for it.
Is it because the music's bad?
I have my
Is
reason.
it bad or...
No, the music. No, Post Malone doesn't make bad music.
No.
It's just the fact that he basically is like, I came up and then I disassociated and I'm going country, and now country ain't rocking for him, and now he's like, I'm coming back.
Did he disassociate, or he just decide to make money off of country?
When they asked him if he was a rapper, because that's what he came into the game as, a rapper, he was like, I'm just an artist. And that's what he said, but he knows where he came from. But I get it. I get what you're doing. You're trying to mass appeal. But I don't like it. I don't like it. You know what I did? You know what I also didn't like? I Show Speed performing either. I didn't need to hear that at all, but the kids loved it, I'm sure.
He's a performer? I guess he does everything.
He made a song and performed it.
Who's this?
And yeah.
I Show Speed?
Do you know who he is?
Okay.
Okay, Unc. Let's just tell you real quick.
No.
You know what IRL is? Okay, he's the biggest IRL streamer in the world.
Cool.
That's who he is.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, look at
there
me.
you go. Just give it. Yes.
But I thought I was pretty cool for a little bit. I worked in.
It's
My
okay.
kids know, it's okay. My 9-year-old knows who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. That's what it is. Let's get to, unless anybody else has anything about the World Cup, I think we've exhausted this enough.
Shout out the World Cup.
I'd like
Where's
to
the World Cup next? Where's the next World Cup?
I think it's in Morocco, Spain, and something. It's like 3 different countries next year, or 4 years.
Morocco, Portugal, and Spain.
There you go.
All right.
I knew 2 of them. Forgot the one, but yeah, Morocco's going to be expensive, so save up your money now.
I did love how we had it in so many different
all over the place.
I did like that. I thought, at first I thought that was a little weird, when they announced it and we're going through all that stuff, but it made a lot of sense when we were in it to have like Canada and us and Mexico as host nations, and then just have it all spread out. And I think that lent itself a lot to all of the the goodwill and the stories that came out about tourists and people traveling all over this country and experiencing so many different vast things. So I thought it was awesome. I love the World Cup, and I look forward to the next one.
Yeah, it forced people to go to Kansas City that probably would have never gone to Kansas City.
I've never been
to come to this country. Same. But it worked out. Gentlemen, this is really a segment for Brendan and Sam more than anything, but I know Harrison and I are really chime in. We got some baseball to talk about, and we got a trade deadline coming up. I'm really curious to hear what you guys think our team needs to do, if anything. For those that are listening for the first time, we are all Yankee fans. Thank God we're not Mets fans, even though they won 2 in a row. Yay. I'm curious to hear what you guys think is the move for the Yankees, and if there's any other big moves from any other team that you see happening. Like, who do you see moving at this point in time? And then let's collectively, after you guys share that with us, talk about the Yankees and what is currently going on.
Good. I prepared for the latter, so.
Okay, good. I figured as much.
Real quick, too, I thought the All-Star game and the All-Star weekend was great again, except for the production of the home run derby. I thought the audio was awful. I thought that the continual switching of cameras and the visuals were awful. Granted, it's a tough thing to capture, I feel like, when it's pitch after pitch, home run after home run. I'm sure it's difficult, but man, it was just disorienting, and I just didn't think it was really well done by Netflix. So there was that. I also thought the Will Ferrell and I forgot the other two guys who were with him announcing
the promo for his show
for Hawk or whatever the hell it was. I thought that was kind of lame, to be honest with you. But I thought the home run derby itself, the rule changes, I thought it was great, getting back to the number of just swings. I thought it actually gave you more time to admire the home runs versus trying to hit as many as you could within a certain period of time. And what a performance by Schwarber and Jordan Walker. Talk about just cool under pressure and a clutch performance by him. He hit 4 straight on the last ball.
The last ball, yeah.
So I thought it was great overall, the Derby. And the All-Star game, obviously not a lot of offense, but just goes to show how dominant pitching is these days. 27 total strikeouts across both teams during the All-Star game, 15 of which came from the AL. So just a dominant pitching performance. Our boy Belly, of course, won the MVP. Shout out to him. And I still think baseball is the best out of the 4 major sports in terms of their All-Star weekend. And
I'd have to agree. Yep.
So, yeah, I thought it was great.
So, Brendan, you weren't the only one that thought about the Will Ferrell commentary before Sam, you go. Love Will Ferrell, but we don't need him here and can't hear him on the broadcast. Cross promotion has its limits. Somebody said Will Ferrell and company may want to say something funny. Somebody said, I can't believe Netflix ruined the home run derby and Will Ferrell in the first 10 minutes. So live long enough to be the villain. Sorry, Will. I love you to death, bro.
I saw the final round because I was in Toronto, but so I saw the final round in my hotel, but I was spared from any of the real audio issues. I could just imagine. And then seeing like opening night on Netflix and the cross promotion. I mean, I work in promotion and advertising. That's what I do, but there's a limit to everything, of course. So I can only imagine that it probably got insufferable, especially to baseball fans, right? That just wanted to watch the home run derby. And there's so many things that are just geared towards, our significant others or someone who doesn't know anything about sports watching it, whether it's something like the NBA draft or like, something like this. I know it's a hard balance, but I was yearning for Boomer to just come back, and I never thought I'd say that because that was a lot.
I mean, there's so many great sports commentators that could have made these calls and keep it exciting, but I to your point, I get why they're doing it. They're trying to lure different demographics in and see like, oh, Will Ferrell is doing this. Let's watch this. I wouldn't normally watch it, but he's doing it. Like, again, I would say like if it was during like the old school time, and I think more people will watch it because Will Ferrell's on there.
Did he do Harry Carey? Did he call home runs as Harry Carey? Because that would be that would be great.
Yeah. No, it was just during the player intros.
Oh, okay. Did he do it? He did the intros.
He was Michael Buffer.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
the ring announcer did the intros, but then for some reason it was Will Ferrell. Oh, God, 2 other guys,
Luke Wilson and something Tartaro. Yeah,
and they were like just trying to make these like really not funny comments and remarks about the contestants. on top of Michael Buffer announcing them, and then walking into they had a ring set up in the center field and stuff. So it was just very odd and seemed out of place and forced. But anyway, trade deadline. You had trade deadline. Yeah, that's coming up 2 weeks from today. It's just so hard to say right now because each league it's a tight race. There's really a few teams that can say, yeah, we're definitely out of it this year. So like, I know we discussed Ryan Jeffers from the Twins as a possible target of the Yankees, but the Twins are still technically in the hunt. So it's really going to come down to the 11th hour. So a lot can happen over the next couple of weeks here as the playoff picture gets a little bit clearer. But yeah, I mean, the Twins they're 4 games out of the Central. So, and then we've got the Red Sox, of course, who have won 13 straight. And now they're all of a sudden.
None of this matters if they just never lose again.
Yeah. True. So yeah, it's kind of hard to say at this point since there's so many teams still technically in contention. But of course, the biggest name is going to be Tarek Skubal. Really depends on how the Tigers, play the next couple of weeks. They've been lights out since June 1st. I believe they have the best record in baseball over that span. So really depends on how they do the next couple of weeks here, but Skubal is obviously the big name to watch.
I'm hearing Jose Soriano is potentially going to be made available.
I mean, they're one of the few teams that can confidently say they're out of it. The Mets are selling, which should be interesting. So I was digging into this a little bit. They basically said anybody except for Soto and then Klain, Benj, and Ewing. Thank you, Ewing. Right? So, of course, that doesn't include Lindor, but Lindor's still has a ton of money left on and deferred money as well on his contract. We obviously have the potential lockout looming next year. It just seems like a lot of contractual stuff to figure out in 2 weeks. So it's probably not likely that he gets moved at the deadline, probably more likely in the offseason, but who knows? Crazier things have happened. But that also opens up like Freddie Peralta, Lubab, and whoever else basically on their roster that they can unload. Mason Miller, that's another name that I've heard floating around out there. I don't know why the Padres would move him, especially the price that they gave up at last year's deadline to get him, and Leo DeVry, who's number 2 prospect in all of baseball right now. But as Sam and I mentioned, AJ Preller, who's the GM of the Padres, guy loves to trade and isn't afraid to make a bold move. So who knows? It's possible. San Francisco Giants, they're open for business as well. Luis Ariz, who probably the best contact hitter in all of baseball. I think he's won 3 or 4 batting titles. Was always
both
known
leagues.
as both leagues too. Yep, Twins and the NL Padres, and now all of a sudden he's a Gold Glove second baseman. He can play first. I think he can play some third base. I would love that type of bat in the Yankees lineup. I just don't know where he fits and where he plays defensively. But yeah, so definitely some interesting names right now, 2 weeks away. And like I said, as the playoff picture really shapes up, there's definitely going to be more names to be added there too. Oh, Hunter Goodman, the Rockies stud catcher, who's got almost 30 bombs right now, could also be available. So,
hey, the Yankees need to sell their ass for that.
You're not happy with Austin Wells?
No. He can fly on out here on a burrito as soon as he possibly can.
Little mustache ride.
Bye, buddy. Mm-hmm. Goodbye. Take Volpe with you while you go. Take Duvall with you as well. Take Duvall with you too. Yeah, all that.
There was something about I don't know. Austin Wells has like the worst. I don't know. Is it like WOBA or expected WOBA like ever or something like that? I saw some. I'll try to find it as we're talking, but I guess I didn't really realize how bad of a year Austin Wells was having until recently. But we definitely
know who did.
Yeah.
Well, good. I guess let's just get into it right now. Good segue. Yeah, he's batting $152, and that's through 68 games. So it's not like he's been hurt and only played a handful of games. He's batting 152, and I don't care how well he frames pitches or how well he reviews breakfast burritos across the country. That's just never going to cut it for a major league starter. And I'm just so tired of seeing him and his stupid mustache just continually not getting the job done. And baseball's hard. It's probably the most difficult sport to play. I mean, trying to hit a 100-mile-an-hour fastball and you got breaking pitches. I mean, it's difficult, but enough's enough. The guy has had his chance, and he's continually shown who he is, and he's just not cut out to be a starter. I could see him being a backup somewhere, hopefully not in the Yankees, but yeah, it's enough is enough. And whether it's Ryan Jeffers or if they do swing a big deal for Hunter Goodman, they need a catcher and they need a right-handed hitting catcher. So yeah, that's our boy Austin. AW. Should we just get right into the Yankees? Or do you guys have anything else?
Yeah,
let's get in the Yankees.
Go for it.
Well, let's start with the good.
1.5 games back.
We're still over 500, so we got that going for us, right? We're still in the hunt, and that's obviously we're missing arguably the greatest hitter of our generation, so we have to keep that in mind as well. Stanton's been hurt for most of the year.
When is he not?
Yeah, exactly. That was to be expected, but obviously losing those two early has certainly hurt us. So the good. We're first, bless you, Hayes. We're first in the majors in ERA. Pitching has been lights out. Schlittler has really solidified himself as a true ace and a stud. I believe that was Hayes' Cy Young pick, right? Beginning of the year. So kudos to you. Looking good so far. First in home runs hit as a team. It's not surprising. It's just what the Yanks do. The top 10 in runs scored, RBIs, walks, stolen bases, which is also great to see, that last part, stolen bases, because they, as we all know, over the years have not run. So it's good to see them start to run more. They're also top 10 in slugging and strikeouts. So that's pretty much where the good ends.
That seems like great things.
It is great. It is great.
Okay.
But we're going through our annual June, July swoon. They're 9-21 since June 1st. Obviously not great. As a team, they batted 222 in the month of June, and they're currently batting 233 in July. On the year, the team as a whole are batting 237 with runners in scoring position, which ranks 16th in the league. So that's not going to cut it if we're hopeful for a championship. Finished June with an OBP on base percentage of 288. They currently have an OBP of 289 in July. Just for reference out there, the average team OBP this year is around 319. So well below the average mark across the league. Ranked 25th in hits, 26th in strikeouts, 23rd in average as a team, 17th, as I mentioned, in OBP. And a reminder, there's 30 teams in Major League Baseball. So to be ranked that low in those key, hitting categories is certainly not ideal. So I think that points to, that leads into our next topic here in terms of, who do I think the Yanks should go out and pursue, or what do they need at this point? They're just not. They're not getting good at bats. They're not getting on base enough. And again, obviously that it hurts like hell to have Judge out of the lineup for a couple months now, who is obviously an on-base machine. But they need someone to come in there and be able to get on base, whether that's just through walks, whether that's through consistent contact, which they're just severely lacking. And obviously we mentioned Austin Wells, Volpe. Don't even get me started on him. I love Ryan McMahon, but again, he's batting under 220 on the year and doesn't walk, so he's not getting on base. You're really left with guys like Ben Rice, another one who's really solidified himself as a superstar in this league, and Belly as the two that are really trying to carry the weight here. So I think they need another bat. And like I said, a guy that can get on
At
base.
least one.
At least one, yeah. And preferably a right-handed bat too. We're pretty getting back to being lefty heavy. And that's why, but Arise is lefty, but that's why I think Arise would be great because the guy gets on base, he makes contact. And I think that's the type of bat that we need for this lineup.
I'd be worried about Arise in the sense of, and I know he's turned it around defensively, and he's kind of been forced to in San Francisco because there weren't a lot of places for him to play, and I think he's signed late too, and it's a 1-year deal, so he is on a walk year. But our defense is just so bad, and when it seems to snowball in some games. I mean, we've seen it this year. So to just say like, let's just throw him out there, we do that with a lot of guys. It's not ideal. Unfortunately, we're in the situation where Caballero or Max Schumann or whoever's playing right field, center field for a time. So like that's not helping anybody. But yeah, right-handed. You nailed it, Brendan. I'd pay up for one of these catchers. Obviously, Goodman be at the top of the list, but I think he's under control for a while. Jeffers maybe as well, but I'd definitely look for those guys. Austin Wells WRC plus is for the year is 42. The basically MLB average is 100. WRC plus is weighted runs created. So it's kind of like OPS. It basically values gives a score to every player, each statistic that a player could have, a single, double, whatever. It's all compiled. For reference, Aaron Judge last year was at 204. So that's a 99th percentile. Like there's not many guys eclipsing that 200 number. But Austin Wells is at 42. And again, MLB average is 100. So that's not going to work.
Yeah. I just don't think he's a major leaguer right now, or definitely not a starter. So they got to move on, and they got to move on quick, because if they're truly, aspiring to win a championship this year.
That was my question. That's my question. Yeah. So as someone that's I don't watch as much in the I just don't watch as much. What is the ceiling for this team? As someone is a casual fan, what should I expect the ceiling of this team to be?
Well, is Judge walking through the door? Yeah.
If Judge is healthy,
when are we expecting him back?
Don't know.
He saw a specialist recently.
That's the problem. Looking at it from someone that's not watching, all right, you're 1.5 games back. You lost, it's been some tough opponents lately. You lost to the Red Sox 4 games that are they're super hot right now, and they're obviously turned a corner. You lost to the Tigers, who are also another really hot team. You lost 2 out of 3 to the Rays, and you lost 2 out of 3 to the Dodgers. And aside from that, you're beating teams you should beat. So, what's the expectation? Because without Judge, it's all kind of a moot point. It's kind of just what's the goal anyway? If you don't have your best player, as would be the same for any team in this league. Maybe the Dodgers would be able to sustain not having Ohtani, but how can the Yankees possibly sustain not having Judge?
Well, I think I'm just speculating here, but I feel like the front office is probably thinking, all right, we're hopeful that Judge comes back September, around there, maybe late August at best. Let's just try to hold this thing together until he returns. And listen, they got the starters to make a deep playoff run and to contend. Bullpen has definitely shored up a little bit more. I mean, Bednar has certainly looked a lot better as of late. Hedrick is a surprise this year. Really good lefty out of the pen. And, of course, we got the guys that are in the minors that we've been talking about since the offseason who could potentially come up and make an impact here. I don't know what the delay is on that, but that's another topic.
I think LeGrand got hurt, right? Was it him?
Yeah. But, I mean, you got, Doval, who is also just continually struggling, right? you got him who just cannot figure it out right now. Send him down. Bring up. I know, Sam, I joke about Giovanni Cruz all the time, but bring up Cruz and just let him give him a shot. Maybe he's, and you see this a lot with relievers. You get some no-name guy who you've never heard of before come up mid-season, and all of a sudden he's just dominant. So bring up Cruz. Why not? But yeah, going back to your question, Harry, I think it's really just let's try to hold this together and stay above water as long as we can until Judge returns. But they have to make at least 2 or 3 splashy moves at this deadline if they really think they're going to compete with the Dodgers. And that's why I said before, I think it was on our last episode, or maybe it was in our chat or something, but if the Tigers are out of it and if they do become sellers, why not go for Skubal? Because imagine Schlittler, Skubal, and Cole.
Fried.
We know that pitching is and Fried, and pitching is everything in the playoffs. And let's also look at we're building towards facing the Dodgers, right? Youngster definitely, despite the record, whatever that is, that doesn't really mean anything at this point. But talent-wise, the Yankees are the most talented team in the AL. So we're trying to compile the most talent, roster the best team available to go ahead and go up against the Dodgers again in the World Series. The Dodgers lineup is primarily left-handed. You're looking at Tucker, you're looking at Ohtani, obviously, Freeman, Max Muncy, all lefties. So you get Skubal that could potentially, they're all superstars, that could potentially neutralize some of that. So
if you get Skubal just so they don't get Skubal.
True.
I don't think they certainly have they have the best farm system in baseball. I don't think it's close. Maybe it is close, and I'm just blanking, but they have 4 outfielders that are in the top 20 of prospects, and probably 2 or 3 of them are in the top 10, 15. And they just get these guys in like throwaway deals, like, player to be named later kind of stuff. And it's just, they have the ammunition to just empty the clip and get whoever they want. And even if he walks, it's crazy. It's like, it's that good. Will they do it? I don't know, but
yeah, right now, according to MLB.com, they have 9 in the top 100, which is crazy.
Must be nice.
Absolutely nuts. And the financial, backing as well to go ahead and just spend money, take on contracts. That just can't be. Can we borrow a catcher that's not hitting 150?
Well, Will Smith's hurt, and Dalton Rushing is. I don't know. Yeah. Google Dalton Rushing. He's gotten himself in some hot water all year. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of his nonsense.
Yeah. Otherwise, I guess that's probably the position that they are weakest in, ironically. Okay, But of course, they're not going to trade with the Yankees.
Maybe they could use an Austin Wells.
I will fly him I will drive him to LaGuardia right now.
He'd probably go there and hit 300.
Yeah, right.
But yeah. I mean, a right-handed bat. I think they probably do go and get another bullpen arm just for good measure. I don't know. I mean, Sam, do you think they look for someone to step in on the left side of the infield there, whether it's at third or short?
They've kind of teased the whole, with Volpe, Cabby's our shortstop, or that whole thing. Mm-hmm. This is the time where, and they did it with Dominguez last year when they benched him. He's played pretty well this year. I like him. I think it's kind of, you kind of look at it like clearly he's not going to be this one of one kind of prospect. He's not Mike Trout with, elite bat speed. He's not all of this, but he's still, he's 20 something years old. He's getting better. That said, they benched him, and I think no hard feelings. You just got to do what you got to do. Because again, the window is closing. And if Judge is healthy, then you got to throw your chips in. We'll worry about it later. I'm not as worried. The pen and the offense is really where I'm worried. I mean, it sounds like Rodon's, if we get anything from Carlos Rodon, that would be great. But I'm not sure his injury status, but I don't think it's great. It sounds like Fried's throwing. if we need to trade someone like Will Warren, cool. I like Will Warren, but again, what's the object here? If Judge is healthy, I think we need to like just push all the chips in, and we did it. He, Cashman, we talk about a lot. Last deadline, he, it was stuff on the edges here. It was not big splashy moves. It was Caballero for Everson Pereira. It was getting Duvall. It was getting Bednar. Jake Bird. I thought Jake Bird would be better. Talk about guys I would drive to the airport. And why is he still up and guys like Gomez are in the minors just wasting the bullets down there? But like, yeah, Rosario trade for, player to be named or whatever. Like, yeah, Cashman, this is where Cashman and the analytics team does a really great job of finding this. And we've talked about this a lot over the last 5 years, where it's Luke Voigt or, whoever. It all kind of comes together. But yeah, if there's an opportunity to make a splash and get an impactful playoff player, whether it's Mason Miller or Skubal or certainly a catcher, I'm down. Lombard, Spencer Jones, whatever it is, like we got to do it.
Could you imagine Mason Miller? Man, that'd be amazing.
Skubal, I'd like Skubal.
They better not trade Lombard.
I almost wonder, do they focus on catcher, bullpen, and if Lombard continues on this trajectory, do they call him up?
Yeah.
Call him up
because he's doing really well. So why not?
Probably got to replace Stanton's bat too. I don't even know what an update there is, but can't really be.
He's still
hoping that
he's still trying to open a bag of chips. Yeah. Where we at?
He's not even on the IL for the elbows, right? It's lower body stuff.
Both elbows.
He's throwing.
Yeah,
both,
it's like tennis elbow and both elbows. He can't open up chips. I don't know, man. That batting, I say it to you guys all the time. I say it to my friends like that. His batting stance. I'm not like I'm not a physics or whatever. Like I'm not that smart, but he does not move his lower. I know how strong he is. Don't get me wrong. Like I can only imagine, but he does not move his lower half of his body.
It's all all over body.
Is that all the soft tissue stuff that is like just plaguing him? It's just the torque that must be generated from his swing and not moving the bottom half of his body. I just wonder, like, it's so uncomfortable. It's almost as uncomfortable as Spencer Jones, but on a completely different. Aesthetically, it is not pleasing.
God, yeah.
But yeah, dude, we get to this point every year. Last year at this time, we were, Spencer Jones was looking like the Martian, right? Like this great prospect, and we, do we trade him? Do we not? Do we sell high? We did it with Volpe, right? And this again, we can let it play out, and maybe you get a serviceable major leaguer or a franchise player, or a Hall of Famer. But most of the time, it just ends up like this.
Yeah.
So,
Hayes, who are you hoping they get? Do you have any names that you're hoping for, or?
Well, I'm hoping I just wake up and Aaron Boone, Volpe, and Wells are all gone, and Duvall is sent to Duval and go down there with terrible ass Jacksonville and just enjoy himself down there. I would definitely. Here's my thing, and I know you and Sam have respectfully tried to calm me down when I've had my takes on what I see that Cashman has done and whatnot, and it's in these moments that I sit here and I look at the team and I say, okay, well, Judge is obviously the focal point of our offense. But then you have Belly and you have Ben Rice, which is a pleasant surprise of what he's molded into, right? All-star and whatnot. So we have two other players on the team that can hold their own. And then I look at the rest of the roster and I'm like, that's where it stops. And it's disheartening seeing Jazz, which I'm glad he manned up and was like, yeah, I'm having a terrible season, right? Like, yeah, we know we're seeing it, we're watching it, right? And this is a contract year for him, correct? Like this is it's not looking great for him. He's not looking like he's going to be here next year or whatnot. Yeah. No, yeah. It sucks because I love his energy, but Jazz, I have to agree with a particular friend that Jazz makes a lot of boneheaded plays out in the field, and I watch it and I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, it's just nonchalant about it. But it's a lot of role players here. And yes, you need role players to win a championship. But then I watch other teams and what they have built, and I'm just like, damn, like I'm looking at, like you guys talked about the Red Sox, like they built such a young team and it didn't look great, but they have a lot of great talent that they built either through their farm system or through trades and whatnot. And I know the Yankees are doing that. You know, I love the Yankees farmhouse. I've been talking about that for years. Like that's the one highlight that I see. But my problem with the Yankees is I feel like they take too long to bring these guys up when we have potentially the solution down. And I know you don't want to expose them too early, but let's see, especially earlier in the season. Let's see what they got. So I think for me right now, Brendan, to answer your question, 100% the bullpen, which used to be our saving grace when we didn't have starting pitching, right? Now we have the starting pitching and the bullpen is shaky outside of a couple of people at this point in time. So shore up the bullpen and definitely need some type of stability outside of Rice and Belly at the plate. I don't trust really anybody else. I would love to see if they can go out and get a good switch hitter. I don't know if there's any good switch hitters out here that are pretty solid that are on the market. You guys tell me. But I 100% would love to see and have a good catcher because the Yankees have not had a real solid catcher since Jorge Posada. So it is what it is to me. Like in my opinion, a guy that you know that you can trust back there that can give you solid 230, 240 at the plate. Like that's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for him to be, big dumper. That'd be great though, but that's what I'm really thinking at this point. So I don't know if there's any solid switch hitters out here that they can potentially get. I know the ones that I would love to get that I have on my team in the show, but I know they're probably not available. But it is what it is. But that's really what I think we, as the Yankees fans, would like to see. Because it's just lackluster. It's hard to watch them right now, and this happens at this time, seemingly every year under the Boone regime, and it's just like why they start so hot early, and it's great because you're up early, and so they have this little lull, which every team has or whatever. But it's just like I'm over watching this. Like this is hard to watch right now, and this is the only sports team that I want to watch right now is the Yankees because there's nothing else going. So, yeah,
it'll be an interesting next couple of weeks leading up to the deadline. So, yeah, we'll see. Like I said, there's still 2 weeks left. Still a lot of things are unknown right now. So, more big names could certainly, hit the market. So, just never know. And again, not to defend Cashman, but his trade history is, to me, I don't see many misses. Like when he makes a trade, he usually wins that trade. I know Sammy just rattled off a few from the last year's deadline, but he knows how to trade. He seems to get great value for who he's giving up. I can't think of a prospect who he's traded that has really gone on to be a stud. So yeah. I do trust Cashman when it comes to the trade market. So we'll see.
TJ Rumsfeld is having a good year in Colorado, but what are you like?
Yeah,
who cares? Like I like him, seeing him play at the Renegades, right? But like stuff like that, yeah, there hasn't been really an impact prospect. I mean, even like you look at Ezekiel Duran, Josh Smith, both with the Rangers. They were part of the Joey Gallo trade. Just off the top of my head, you're right, Brendan. I don't really remember too many guys where it's been like, oh, that's going to hurt. Kevin Alcantara, like that. Yeah, Caleb Durbin, Alcantara with the Cubs, like that didn't pan out. Like, yeah, there really hasn't been much.
Yeah.
I mean,
what's Andrew Miller doing nowadays? Nothing.
Retired.
You got a big stretch coming up. I mean, you got Pittsburgh, Philly, Chicago, both Chicagos. So, and Red Sox are sitting there, and they got the Orioles, the Blue Jays,
Just
and
swept
the
the
A's.
Rays.
So it's like,
just swept the Rays too.
yeah. So
Yeah, I think
this next couple weeks is going to tell a lot for sure.
it's a good point, Harry, because I think I was just talking to my dad today. Shout out to my dad for this little nugget, but I believe
What up, Dad?
What up, Steve? I think the next few series are all against teams above 500. So we're playing some pretty solid teams.
It lightens a lot in September, so if they stand pat and they can just kind of not shit themselves for the next couple weeks. You get the Angels on your schedule. You get the Padres who are probably out of it. You get Houston, who's not nearly as good as they've been in the past couple years. So that's just the goal for the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
We go get Patances or Java with flying ants on them. Whichever one.
The good old days.
Bring that back.
The midgets.
And maybe that's
exactly.
Ryan Weathers when he gets into the bullpen. Maybe that's Ryan Weathers. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, like we've been saying, though, like maybe Giovanni Cruz or maybe LeGrand, like maybe they are the next Jabba. Like they already throw 100 mile an hour plus, so they have the velocity. So why not just give him a shot? I mean, when Giovanni Cruz has been up this year, it's only been for a few innings, but he's been lights out. So I'd much rather see them give someone like that a chance than see Doval continually struggle outing after outing. Just really quick too, before we wrap up, this series that they'll be playing tonight through Wednesday against the Pirates should be interesting. A lot of great pitching here on the Pirates staff. Braxton Ashcraft going tonight.
I hate
my boy Bubba.
Braxton Ashcraft. That's crazy.
Like got peanut butter in my mouth. And then my boy Bubba Chandler going tomorrow. So our boy Mitch.
Are we
Mitch
missing
Keller.
Skeens? Are we missing Skeens?
We're missing Skeens, thankfully. Yes.
I traded Braxton Ashcraft to Brendan at the beginning of the year, and I hate myself. I don't even remember who I got. I just hate myself for that.
You're still
you're welcome
in the standings. So.
And to the point of the offense, like
good old Braxton Ashcraft.
Ben Rice is great. Cody Bellinger, I love Cody Bellinger. My son's second favorite Yankee. I love Cody Bellinger. I love Clay Bellinger. Over the last 24 games, he's hitting 200 with 3 RBIs and 2 stolen bases. That's it. We need more from Cody Bellinger. Especially, I know he won the MVP of the All-Star game. He had a big first inning. That's awesome. Again, nothing bad to say about the guy. I've been a fan of his since he won Rookie of the Year. And I'm glad he's a Yankee, but we just need more from the players that here. Paul Goldschmidt was nice, but the wheels kind of fell off of that, and expectedly. And again, he's a future Hall of Famer, but we need more consistency.
Yep, for sure.
Not if the Matt Chapman. Oh, that's not bad. I know he's making some money, but it's not a bad idea.
He's making Toronto.
What are the Giants doing?
Yeah,
they're selling for sure.
Right? So
I think
give him a little.
I think I heard something like Buster Posey really made sure that Matt Chapman signed with the Giants. Like there was some kind of thing there. I think it was him.
Yeah.
Wasn't he upset with the Yankees before, Matt Chapman?
Like
did he have a thing against the Yankees? Wasn't there something like the signing with Cashman or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think there was something that he had.
Dude, that wouldn't be
with the Yankees.
That's not a bad target. I don't know what he's doing this year, but right-handed bat, premier defensive player, third baseman. That's a great call. I know he's making a good amount of money.
That's the only hurdle, I'm sure.
Yeah,
he's making $25 million a year through 2030, so he'll be 37. So,
tell them to eat a little of that money.
That's a situation where you trade a couple good prospects and you get them to eat some money. That's what the Mets did to get out of all their mess from a couple of years ago with Verlander and Scherzer and stuff. But
how's Michael King doing before we get out of here too?
No, I think he's had a good year.
Great. Okay.
I think he might be a free agent though too coming up. So
he is.
His ERA is 3.33. Regular season right now.
Season. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. No little something. By the way, before we get out of here, folks, I'm not going to drag this on because we talked more than enough. But the Hall of Fame game is on the verge. It's August 6th at 8 p.m. It is the Arizona Cardinals, Harrison's former team, and his short king, the Carolina Panthers, there. So this is a Harrison game for all of you guys that may not know. This is a Harrison game for sure. He may say no, but he will be there live
from Canton.
And we will have a mic on him recording live. Yep. Thank you, Harrison. We appreciate you for going out there for the pod.
Family invited him into their suite for the night.
Yeah, they did.
Yes.
They did send me an invitation.
Yes.
I was grateful.
Class
Yeah.
act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did. They're gonna have some Carolina barbecue with them.
love Carolina
sounds
Who made the
phenomenal.
Hall of Fame?
Good job.
Who's in the Hall of Fame?
Good.
Assuming I don't even remember.
No clue.
Not
even a clue. No, I'll tell you right now.
Oh,
Drew
yeah.
Brees, your boy.
My favorite football player.
Your boy. Wow, what a fan you are.
My friend
Wow.
said to me something, we need to start talking some football. And I'm like, I am not locked into football at all. I have no idea what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take Sam's mic away. He doesn't even remember his own favorite guy. Roger Craig, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Heathley, Adam Vinatieri.
Nice.
These guys were good.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I accept
I'd
them.
say so. So, okay. Well, I'm going to accept that we're going to leave this podcast now. We accept you guys for listening to us. So, anything else you gentlemen would like to say before we get the hell out of here?
Mike's birthday next week or at the end of this week, and he listens to literally every podcast and gives commentary to me. So, what up, Mike? Happy birthday. Thanks for listening.
Absolutely.
Happy birthday. Keep saying bad things about Harrison.
No one says bad things about me.
No, I think he likes Harrison.
That's a lie.
I think he's a Harrison fan.
Yeah. You see how he said that? I think he likes Harrison, which means he doesn't like me, which is great. I love that. Mike, I hope you got glass in your cake when you eat it. Enjoy it.
This is why.
Jeez. Yeah. His last pod episode. Yeah.
Nah, enjoy your cake, Mike.
Wow.
And on that note, this has been the Chasing Points podcast.
Yeah.
Love you guys. See you next week.
Maybe have a fruit bar instead.
Yeah.
Not.
Bye.